Fernando Alonso has suggested Lewis Hamilton's penalty for his opening lap collision with Max Verstappen at the British Grand Prix was harsh. Hamilton received a 10-second time penalty from the stewards after the two World Championship contenders came together at Copse while battling for the lead, sending Verstappen flying into the barrier at high speed and with a 51G impact. Hi guys, I am your host Ali, and first up on Salangi Racing is drivers give their opinion on the controversial Max Lewis British GP crash. Sunday's British GP saw Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen collide in a sensational opening lap crash that saw the championship leader to crash out and hit the tyre barriers with a 51G impact. While the Dutchman was being taken to hospital in a helicopter for precautionary checks, Hamilton overcame his penalty to chase down Charles Leclerc and claim his 8th British Grand Prix victory at sun-drenched Silverstone. Opinions have differed over who, if anyone in particular, was at fault for the incident. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner naturally agreed with the stewards but was even more vehement, describing it as a desperate maneuver from Hamilton. Others believe it was nothing more than a 50-50 racing incident, and Alonso is in that camp, for he thought there was nowhere for the Mercedes driver to go.
It's difficult from the outside. It looked quite close. Lewis had more than half a car alongside Max. So, in a way, Lewis could not disappear from the inside line. It's not that you can vanish. It was an unfortunate moment of the race, but nothing intentional, or nothing any of the two drivers did wrong in my opinion. That was an unlucky moment.
Alonso's fellow Spaniard, Carlos Sainz, counted himself lucky that he was not in the steward's room, having to deliberate over who was at fault, for he would have been tempted to file it in the too difficult tray.
I obviously had a look at it, and honestly I had a bit of mixed feelings with the accident. First of all, wishing Max a speedy recovery, because I heard the crash was quite big. The accident itself, I think, is very difficult to judge. Only both know what they could have done differently to avoid the crash. It was very tight, they are obviously fighting for big things and I'd prefer not to judge too much.
Red Bull test driver Alex Albon said that crash was waiting to happen and that has been brewing since race 1 of the championship.
Part of me thinks Max could have closed the door to stop Lewis from ever going into that position, but at the same time, when Lewis overtook Charles, it was a similar position to me, maybe slightly different angle.
Extra feed. Red Bull's Helmut Marko confirmed that Max Verstappen has only some neck pain after a crash which he feels a normal person would not have survived. Verstappen collided with title rival Lewis Hamilton on the opening lap of the British Grand Prix at Copse, sending the Red Bull driver hurtling into the barriers with an impact of 51G.
We expected his whole body to feel stiff after this incredible 51G impact. Luckily, it only hurt his neck, but otherwise he's fine. A normal person would not survive such a strong impact of 51G. Of course he is very well trained, and that also played an important role in coming out with only his neck sore.
Back in December 2019, Charles Leclerc signed an extension to his Ferrari contract, one that will keep him at Maranello until 2024. However, earlier this year a report emerged claiming that the Monegasque driver was unhappy with Ferrari's progress and that his team had sounded out Red Bull about the possibility of forming a dream team with Max Verstappen.
It's just gossip, maybe someone was bored and came up with something. I firmly believe in the people at the Scuderia and I have embraced this project. Next year will see us start from scratch with completely new regulations and I will tackle this new era at the wheel of a Ferrari.
Alpine Chief Executive Officer Laurent Rossi says Fernando Alonso is doing everything right to retain his seat for the 2022 season. After 2 years away from Formula 1, Alonso made his comeback this season with Alpine, signing a 1-year deal with an option for a second season. While the Spaniard made a slow start to his return, outperformed by his teammate Esteban Ocon, it is Alonso who has gone on a charge in recent races.
He is doing great, he is as fast as ever. He is certainly extracting the most out of the car. The car is not incredibly fast, and he still manages to get some super hot laps and qualify the car very well. So far, so good. He is doing everything for me to consider exercising this contractual option.
Guys, we hope you liked our today's video. Do provide your feedback in the comments and give us a subscribe. Until next video, goodbye and take care.